So she's avoiding contact, and it's kind of just like busy. Which again, she doesn't know me, we're on a first date. So it's not like, oh yeah, you can't touch this dog. But again, we want to just sort of drip feed and say, where are you really sensitive to contact? Is it just because I'm unfamiliar? Or, even with familiar people, have you got a little bit of a sensitivity? So I want to just intersperse a bit of, oh look, let's go back to this. So we start to change that connection in her body. Find more of her story for us. She's going to tell us everything. Good girl. Well done. Well done. Good girl. Well done. She was just running. So she'll stop. She's starting to wind down. So it also gives you an idea of how long it takes her in a new situation. So what we do is say, what do you like? Do you like the board, the paste on that, the snuff on that? So whatever she keeps going back to, you can take into a novel environment. So you're taking something familiar that made her feel safe into the physiotherapy room or, you know, wherever you vet. Yeah. So we're looking just to say to the nervous system, hang on a minute, can you just slow down for a second? Because it's like saying to somebody who's got a yellow front door and they're telling you they hate yellow and they don't like it, you're not going to just say, change it. You're going to show them a colour chart and say, these are your choices. Because they might not know what colours are available to them until we show the option. And it's the same for the nervous system. It's become such a habit for her that her nervous system doesn't know there's a different choice. So we have to show it. So have you got any? But now if you look at the activity, she's getting to move, but she's not putting more pressure on those joints by trotting, trotting, trotting. Good girl. And if you look now, oh, lovely, that her back's coming that way. Okay, not now because she's reaching. So we're looking to say, how can we, yeah, good girl, help you improve your posture, or what we're doing actually reinforcing your posture. So start, you know, just watching, because it's incredible what we can do for these dogs without even having to put our hands on. Good girl. Slow walk. Carry one of those at all. This is what now is like almost a normal walk. Not in terms of her body, but her level of, oh yeah, quiet engagement. That's what we want to build. Good girl. Just give me a tiny bit on there. Want to say why? And like proper sniffing again, not. Oh, just avoid contact for a minute again. So I would encourage people every single time. She has not done the leg grabbing for any other reason than me touching her. So again, there's a reason for all behaviour, but sometimes we miss it, so it just becomes something they do. It doesn't work like that. It's always a reason. So the antecedent here today is body contact. I'm not saying it's that all the time, but if you keep hands off her, you might start seeing more patterns and be able to say, oh, it was when another dog barked, or...
It's just so stressful looking at her when she goes into...
It is what she's got. One. Good. Well done. So start looking at dietary triggers as well. Because is it a gut pain thing as well? Good Good. Well done. Good. Get ready for it. Yes. Yes. I don't normally pair food with contact because I don't want dogs being lured to being touched because they want the piece of food. Yes. She just did that with her hind leg, which might be a trigger for her as well. Yes. But I would in her case, so that the minute we've touched her, oh look, there's a piece of food, instead of weird feeling in my body, start that. Yes. Good. And I would really use the food. So that caused a bit of potential stress. So the trot back to drink, drink, drink. But walking again.
It's like
Good
she
girl.
has. It's like she has developed a million different coping mechanisms.
She has.
And she's literally going
She
from
has.
one to the next.
You're absolutely right. And Edie Jane is a T-Touch instructor in Canada, and she came up with this brilliant analogy, and she calls it candles instead of triggers. So she looks at how many candles might be burning for a dog, and she says, you know, it could be to do with internal environment, external environment, and what we want to do is look at the candles that get lit and then develop strategies to blow them out. And the more candles that are burning, the more heat, the more volatility. And if we start blowing them out one by one, we'll only end up with 2 or 3 candles instead of potentially 30. And it's a really nice way of looking at it. So the collar could have been a candle, the tag could have been a candle. Well, we've snuffed 2 out already. Body contact definitely lights candles because of internal problems that she's got that will be lighting candles. So we can't change some of those candles, but we can blow a lot of them out so there's just less heat. Good girl. And I wouldn't do much more with her. If she could rest, that would be great. But she can't. And what we don't want to do is get her so exhausted, she now then can't stop that cycle. You have a coping strategy. That's a bad habit like smoking. It's not helpful for you because it's damaging you more. So let's give you lots of different types of coping strategies, like slow movement, like yoga. You know, this is what we're doing. We're getting this slowness in her body, slowness in her mind, and that's becoming rewarding for her because it's paired with food.